element in innovation. While we're exploring incredible technology to supplement supports and metrics to measure failure and success, and while in the future we will see more and more use of robots and other technological advances, it's primarily through human interaction, through engagement with each other, that people have the hope of being truly supported throughout their lifetimes. We all have our circles of support, and if we don't, we all feel vulnerable. How do we as a society and as a service industry build effective and lasting supports? I would lay my claim, I would place my bet, that a focus on the family caregiver and a focus on the surrogate family caregiver is the key. In our industry, we call the surrogate caregiver the direct support professional, or the DSP. Large dollars are invested in many types of innovation, from R&D to technology to service, yet how much attention does our social policy in America, in government, in our organizations, our policies and practices, focus on developing and encouraging the people side of innovation? Successful innovation starts with curious, creative people like you, who see opportunity in solving problems with new ideas. Innovation comes out of the desire to respond to human needs. Over 35,000 DSPs in the PAR network see these human needs every day, and they want to respond. And in that regard, I'm going to turn your attention to a 9-minute video that our association, PAR, just released a couple of weeks ago. The purpose of the video is to bring attention to the workforce crisis and to help all of us understand more the importance of the caregiver and their needs, and the relationship to the quality of services for people with disabilities. Innovation starts with the desire to help make things better. People helping people, relationships. And before I show the video, I want to thank the people, the real people in the video, not actors, who opened up their own private lives to help us better understand. I have trouble talking after that. Innovation is about people. Processes don't innovate, people innovate. In our industry, we seek to support the individual and their family in the manner in which they wish to be supported. Person-centered planning is the most used phrase for how to do that. Planning is done by a team. The plan is expected to be carried out generally by the family or the direct support professional, or both together. For the most part, the DSP is the key person that supports tens of thousands of individuals. Both risk management and quality comes when that DSP is with the person long enough to build a relationship that supports and validates the individual's basic needs as well as their aspirations. Relationships take time. Knowing how to support a person well takes time. To know the person, to hear the person, to have the freedom to support the person in the way that they want to be supported. To be innovative, creative, supportive. It is caring, supportive, long-term relationships that make things work, that bring joy and meaning to life. The human element is the most important element in the service equation. Our society pays for what it values. State and federal Medicaid is the sole payer of these services. And you heard from Nancy this morning the threat that we face. There is no third-party pay available, no insurance, no copay. Therefore, change will only come through strong belief and strong advocacy that people with disabilities are worth it. They are worth being supported by a stable, caring, and qualified workforce. The only way we can get there is by valuing DSPs and families and people with disabilities enough to lift them out of poverty by paying what they deserve. DSPs are the fastest growing workforce needed in America. But it will cost more money. That is what's said. So let's look at that for just about 1 minute. An article in a journal noted that among the countries in the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the United States ranks first in healthcare spending, but 25th in spending on social services. These are not two unrelated statistics. Studies have shown the powerful effects that social determinants have on health. In fact, experts estimate that medical care accounts for only 10% of overall health, with social, environmental, and behavioral factors accounting for the rest. The U.S. is one of the few countries, along with Korea and Mexico, that spends more on health care than on social services, yet achieves worse health care outcomes. If we increase U.S. social service spending, will healthcare spending drop? This is a theory of public health, particularly the theory of social determinants of health. It's also the pending questions for managers of health plans and ACOs and medical homes. Should healthcare organizations that are paid based on performance consider paying for non-health care expenses in order to reduce overall costs? The evidence points to absolutely yes. As we move toward pay-for-value care systems, the boundaries between healthcare and social service may be redefined. And as they are, I would suggest that the most critical factor in the value proposition is fostering the relationship between the person supporting and the person being supported. This requires paying a living wage so that there can be a relationship, so that they can stay. Financial self-sufficiency for everyone requires removing social barriers, valuing people, all people, and treating our neighbors the way we want to be treated. This is what will make a society that works for all people. Thank you.